notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Kewan Lacy. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Kewan Lacy. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle and Co. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. It's Tingle and Co.
All right, welcome in to a
got
Tuesday
the radio edit.
edition, the holiday week. Yeah, we got the radio edit as you see Devin Johnson in the chat right there, and CTV/0509. They took the time slot out of the lyrics. Not us. This is shout out to Cordell Music, who sat down over the weekend after we moved the time slot to 8 to 10 and got to work and cut the 7 to 9 out of each segment of the song. So it was
kind of integral
from it's Tingle and Co. You know, it sounds like a clean version.
Yeah, it sounds like we were swearing.
It sounds like 7 to 9 is a curse word.
It does.
It's not.
Yeah, you can finally listen to it. You finally take your kids to school.
Shout out
Tingle and Co. From Tingle and Co.
Tingle and Co. Shout out to Cordell Music, who knocked it out the park with the theme song, the intro song, and then sat back down and cut the time set out, even though he is an advocate for 7 to 9.
Oh yeah, he didn't want to have to do this.
He didn't want to have to do this, but because I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, it's Tingle and Co. from 8 to 10, Monday through Friday from 8 to 10.
It was integral to the song.
Right.
But this is also funny.
I was like, so he's gonna have to change. I was like, he's gonna have to change
rewrite
the whole
it.
thing. And then he sent me that, and I was like, no way, he actually did it. Like, I thought it was a whole new song. Then I listened to it, and I was like, oh, this is even better.
Yeah.
This is so much better. The fact that it's just you're just bleeping out and censoring 7 to 9.
It's the Epstein version, kid friendly.
Yeah. Redacted. But we appreciate everybody getting in here this morning.
It's the biggest redaction.
And starting your morning with us. Like Glimmer Fredette says, the Discord link worked. I have the new Discord link in the chat and in the description to make sure you get in there. Because like we talked to you about yesterday, we are planning the 24-hour full-day stream on January 1st of 2026, where we'll go live for the show into the 3 football games and the transfer portal that evening with the video game. We'll do some other things. We'll have some guests come through. But any ideas that you guys have, we want y'all to put your input in. And the way to do that is to get into that show suggestions chat in the Discord and drop some ideas for things you want to see in the 24-hour stream on January 1st as we watch some college football and prepare for Lane Kiffin and his staff to absolutely crush the transfer portal starting at midnight on January 2nd. And speaking of Lane Kiffin's staff, it was made official yesterday. If you were not paying attention, go check out LSU football's social media pages, both Twitter and Instagram. They made it abundantly clear and officially announced each person and their roles on this staff at LSU. And I'm going to pull it up right now so I can go through and just read you the names of these guys that have been hired by LSU. I think it was 11 is the total. Charlie Weiss Jr. as offensive coordinator. Joe Cox as tight ends coach and co-offensive coordinator. Kevin Smith is your associate head coach and running backs coach. George McDonald, wide receivers and passing game coordinator. Sawyer Jordan will handle the inside wide receivers. Dane Stevens, quarterbacks. Eric Wolford, offensive line. You also have defensively Chris Kiffin will be linebackers coach and co-defensive coordinator. Sterling Lucas, defensive line. Lou Spanos, assistant defensive line, pass rush specialist. Joe Houston, special teams coordinator. Those are the new additions, and it rounds out the staff. That also includes defensive coordinator Blake Baker, edge coach Kevin Peoples, cornerbacks coach Corey Raymond, and safeties coach Jake Olson. So a star-studded staff for Lane Kiffin's inaugural season as LSU's head football coach. And as you see right there, Ellis, in the chat, the Avengers of football staffs. That is what Lane Kiffin has put together. And once again, here's the video of that crew arriving, which I'm assuming this was for picture day. They had to get the pictures taken.
Yes, the graphic.
Get put on the graphic and on the website. But there's the staff there as they make their way into LSU football ops. When I was going through those names, those job titles, what were some of the things that stood out to you and maybe caught your attention?
The abundance of offensive staffers that you can have. Turns out, I mean, the last time LSU did that was 2019, when it felt like you actually had an emphasis on the position coaches and what you were doing offensively at each individual spot, as opposed to the latter years where it became. Does everybody remember the year of 1,000 catches, the year of 10,000 catches, and then it's like, where's the summer? Where'd that go? And it's like, I don't know, but it did seem to make a difference. However, then it slowly started to, after everything, all of the Joe Brady tentacles were cut off, which it seems just to be the whole octopus got thrown away.
Right.
It just kind of fizzled away and became, this is offensive coordinator, defensive line coach if you can find one, tight ends coach. Then it became, we don't even need a special teams coach.
Right.
It's like you need 10 on field. Like we were chopping off, like we're trying to whittle away to get to 10.
Right.
And Pasture's like, do you need 10? Like, Brian Kelly, you got plenty of money. You can spread that out. And it felt like they never truly invested in what the importance of a staff was, especially after it was, you can have as many analysts as you want. They can't be on the field now. Analysts can be on-field coaches but can't recruit. It became a solid 10 can. And it felt like LSU truly never filled all 10. And correct me if I'm wrong, but does that not feel like the case?
I don't feel like they ever took full advantage of the opportunity, because analysts can coach, like they can be on the field.
Yeah,
like,
you can have an extra coach.
You
as
saw
many
that
as you
last
want.
year. You went out and got Lance Guidry to be a defensive analyst, who was I think he was the DC at Miami before.
Right.
It was like, okay, now now you're bringing in an analyst that's obvious. Amon Anand, he was an analyst.
Make you say Ahmad, Anan.
But he was your special teams coordinator. But was he really? The whole deal. And so it never felt like they took full advantage of the fact that you can
have an inside wide receivers coach. You can have a wide receivers coach.
Right. And so now you are seeing a staff get put together with the coaches and the analysts. And I think my biggest takeaway, one, you have a special teams coordinator. That was one of the things that was actually listed in it was, hey, LSU has Joe Houston as special teams coordinator. So there's no this is just no, you have a special teams coordinator in Joe Houston, which should be very nice to hear for LSU fans, because it's something that has been quite the topic of discussion for the last 4 or 5 years.
Comes from the New England Patriots. It was funny. I saw him announced as LSU special teams coordinator, and Florida was like, good. It's the funniest thing ever. Whenever a coach leaves to go to another job, or like Florida fans are real invested in Florida special teams unless something goes wrong. I don't remember there being an abundance of special teams errors when I look at Florida. Now, when I look at LSU, I do. I see no plays made or negative plays made.
I can list them out for you.
Yes, because there's enough to list.
Right.
And none of which, except I said from last year when it was Xavier Thomas and Aaron Anderson, you're like, oh, maybe you just put enough talented people out there, something good will happen. But you never created a fake, or never, not one. Or
You got the punt block versus Texas A&M.
that's the only one.
But then you canceled that out later on in the game.
When you give up a punt
You give
return,
up a punt return for a touchdown.
right?
But then through the first 2 years, it's muff here, muff there, muff
everywhere.
punt.
Yeah, that's Brian Kelly allegedly.
And so you just saw it was a mess. And so it's nice to now say, okay, there you go. And I'm pretty interested to see what it looks like if it does look more of an organized unit.
The Gators ranked tied for the national lead in fewest block kicks and block punts allowed. That's good.
Good with
ranked,
me.
Ranked 11th in net putting and 18th in punt returns, and that's nationally. So yeah, that's an upgrade aside from having nothing.
Right? Yeah. I mean, anything would have been better.
Yeah.
And so
Aaron Anderson, you sure don't want to come back.
that was another thing that stood out to me. Obviously, I think some of the biggest things that would have stood out to the fan base was Sterling Lucas officially announced,
Finally.
right? Which was kind of surprised. Like the first official announcement of the hire was LSU putting it out. You know, it wasn't like some reporter that put it out and said, "Hey, this is you heard it over the last couple of days that it looked like this was progressing, but then LSU officially announces it yesterday."
If you're a reporter, I would stay far as clear as I could away from announcing a defensive line signing until it's actually done, because they've done this song and dance for quite some time. And I'll pose this to you: over under 1 year for Sterling Lucas as your defensive line coach.
I mean, I pray over.
Yeah, but the money says, or at least history tells you.
History tells you it's 1 year. Because it's been a revolving door for...
Since 2022, you've had 8. This will be your 8th.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Jacoby and Guillory's career. I mean, he had 8. He went from, Andre Carter to Jamar Cain to Gerald Chapman, Jimmy Lindsey, Pete Jenkins...
Bob Diaco.
Jancic.
Yeah, John Jancic.
And then you went Bo Davis, Kyle Williams. In 6 years, 6 years, 8 coaches for one player. Like in his career. And so it's a door that's just been revolving, and you've had zero continuity in that room. Now, luckily, you've been able to recruit it and hold on to pieces, where, Bo Davis recruits Walter Mathis, and he stays on with Kyle Williams, and he, is currently still on the roster, potentially moving forward. But you hope, one of the things that I hope to see with this hire is somebody that actually stays in the program for more than just one season, because you just have had zero continuity in that room. It's been a revolving door at defensive line coach. But that was one of the things that stood out, that was officially announced. Sterling Lucas hired there, and he will be your defensive line coach this season. One of the other things I think was also on the defensive side of the ball, and it was the job titles for Lane's brother, Chris Kiffin, who is what we've been saying will be on the defensive staff, and he was listed as the co-defensive coordinator and linebackers coach. And I think that caught a lot of people's attention. And what I will say is he is not one of the 10 on-field coaches, I don't believe, because I think the 10 defensive on-field coaches will be Lucas, Baker, Raymond, Olsen, Peoples. Those are your 5 on-field recruiting coaches. So technically he would be
an analyst,
right? One thing I want us to all kind of remember, it's a rule of thumb with job hirings in college football. The more tags that you can add onto a passing game coordinator and a this or that, it's for financial purposes. If you want to give like Kevin Smith is the running backs coach and what? Associate head coach. So now you can pay him more than what you would likely spend on just a running backs coach. And so Chris Kiffin is your co-defensive coordinator, which really to me all that says is that's a paycheck. Like that, it doesn't mean he's going to be taking say away from Blake Baker or doing Blake Baker's job. This is Blake Baker's defense. He's your $3 million defensive coordinator. It's his defense, right? What Chris Kiffin, it's that to me is he's going to have, he's going to be a part of the defensive staff and in that room, but he's not the defensive coordinator. It's not Chris Kiffin's defense. It's Blake Baker's. And then the linebackers coach conversation, I think, is one that's pretty simple. Is your linebacker room has been split into two different groups. You know, we saw it at fall camp last year where you'd have linebackers working over here and your stars working over here. So you'd have the Weeks brothers and Devon and Tylen over here, and then you'd have Jordan Gilbert and CJ Jim Coyley and Harold Perkins and Keelan Moses over here as the stars. And Lance Guidry is where he was he was an analyst brought in, defensive analyst. He would work with the stars. Now you have Blake Baker, Chris Kiffin, both linebacker. It'll be linebacker stars. One will work with each group. You know, that'll be up to Blake Baker to figure out and trust him because it is Blake Baker's even. So don't allow for the title co-defensive coordinator, linebackers coach to bring any worry about Blake Baker's defense and his role. This is his defense, his unit, and you're paying the man how much money? $3 million? I wouldn't worry about anyone getting in the way of the $3 million defensive coordinator.
If anything, it would be an opportunity for Chris Kiffin, son of whom?
Monty Kiffin.
Probably knows, if you had 2 ears, 2 eyes, and a brain,
right?
You've learned something, right? Just being in the house. Like, you could not even be interested in it.
Right.
And you would know something. Yes. And this is also an opportunity, if he's interested in elevating himself at any point, to learn from Blake Baker, see how to do it at Blake Baker's level.
Right.
I'm not she's never been a defensive coordinator at the SEC level. So it would be a chance to watch, learn, listen, and eventually elevate yourself when Blake Baker inevitably goes to another job. Because he said it himself, he wants to be a head coach. He's learning how to be a head coach. Wasn't the right opportunity because you saw what Tulane tried to, I guess, kind of index in of, there's a certain way we kind of have to do it around here. And you say, that doesn't sound like a winning theory in my mind. I'd rather do it where there are no rules. And so he said, nope, not a good opportunity for me. I'm not going to be set up to fail.
Right.
Stays. And so the clock is ticking. And so if you're Chris Kiffin, you're like, okay, I can see an opportunity here for me to be a defensive coordinator. Let's see what it looks like at LSU. Learn how to recruit it here. Learn how to coach it here. Learn a different defense than aside from Tampa 2 that Monty invented. But I think it's a great opportunity if he wants to be around and if he has aspirations to be a defensive coordinator, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah.
At some point.
No, it is a great opportunity.
But I don't think he's going to come in and start, hey,
no,
Blake, wait, hold on, stop the ball.
No.
Stop the drill. And start doing his own thing. I think it's more so of like, great title. I know what my job is. Yeah,
and I don't think, and even to that same point, Blake Baker coming back to be defensive coordinator.
He didn't come there with strings attached.
He didn't come back with knowing like, but you're actually not. There's going to be all these other things. No, this is his unit, and Blake Baker is on the trajectory Lloyd just talked about of a
head coach,
like the one that you saw Dave Aranda take, you saw Dan Lanning take, you saw Kirby Smart take it. Where if you're a defensive coordinator for one of the upper echelon, top tier college football programs that wins championships, you'll get offered a nice gig as a head coach, a Power 4 job as a head coach. And so that's the trajectory Blake Baker's on, and I wouldn't be too worried about anything like a co-defensive coordinator tag getting in the way of that, because it is really just those titles like that are financial more than anything else, in my opinion. So I'm excited to see that staff, because really when you go down the list of what they've put together, with Lane Kiffin as your head coach, Charlie Weiss Jr. OC, Dane Stevens quarterback, Kevin Smith running back, George McDonald wide receiver, Joe Cox tight end, Eric Wolford offensive line, and then Blake Baker defensive coordinator, Sterling Lucas defensive line, Kevin Peoples edge, Chris Kiffin linebackers, Corey Raymond cornerbacks, and Jake Olson safeties. That staff is elite. It is riddled with SEC experience. Obviously, the defensive staff is one that you saw have such an extremely impressive season a year ago, right? They add pieces like Sterling Lucas, who is an SEC defensive line coach, was a defensive line coach in the conference just a year ago, that you get from South Carolina. And then you bring in an offensive staff over from Ole Miss that is a part of Lane Kiffin's offense, which is really speaks for itself. And so you could not have asked for a better offseason from a staff perspective in the way you put it together. And that is why the expectations are where they're at. Because you've put together quite the impressive staff.
I don't think this will be on the co-defensive coordinator front a Doug Mallory, Bradley Dale Pivito situation that you had in 2008, which I think is what people like. That's where their mind goes.
Scarred from a little bit.
Yes, from like the co-defensive, but I think they very much were working in tandem, and that's coming off a national championship season, and then you go, 8-5. The next year, your defense was putrid.
Right.
And so people are like, you can't ever have co-defensive coordinators. Too many minds in the room. What are you going to do? How do you do this? It's like, this will never work.
Right.
I don't think it's that situation. So you can, not to dredge up the past, but I don't think that's the direction which LSU was trying to go.
Well, I also think just the kind of the look of it, the connotation of
anything.
Not just anything, it's your brother. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah.
You know, like the view that most people have that, like, wait. And I especially think with the scars from Brian Kelly and the way he was with putting his own people into positions of power, like Brian Polian, it would be like, wait, why are you making your brother defensive coordinator? Is this just a family thing, or are you just
nepotism?
You're just here to have fun?
Yeah.
No, that's not the case.
It's not succession.
That's not what's going on. So, Glimmer Fredette, oh man, you know Chris and Lane had some legendary Madden games.
I bet.
Probably. It's probably brilliant. And that's the thing that I think about all the time is like these coach families, like the Harbaughs. Like, what was that like? Like those two playing Madden against one another.
Oh, they fist fought.
Yeah, like.
Have you ever heard the story of the Harbaughs when they went to the beach?
Yes, I have.
And they were not young men.
They're grown.
They
adults.
were grown adults, and he's like, he was going to drown me in the water, and like he got hit by a wave, or else he was going to kill me right there in front of our children. He's like, that. Yeah, we compete. And the dad's over there not doing a thing. He's like,
who's got it better than us?
Yeah, nobody. Way to scrap, boys.
Who's got it better than us?
Sandwich time. Let's go all up to the beach house. Mama's making sandwiches.
But like just the fact that they could go from like dissecting offense and defense on Madden to throwing the controller at one another and elbows.
They'd probably never finished a game. Quarter.
No chance.
That would be awesome, though, to be yourself as the coach.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting the Chargers. I'm getting
I'll
the
take
Ravens. Yeah.
Well,
then
would. Ravens 49ers Super Bowl. But we did this.
Dude, he did this.
It is crazy when you think about it.
He really does have it better than us.
But at Zach Nunez TV put out a little tweet about Sterling Lucas. Just a little background about the new LSU defensive line coach. Lucas, who is 34, is an NC State alum, where he played linebacker, finishing his career with 167 tackles, 4 sacks, and an interception. After his career, he was hired as a GA by the Wolfpack. He then spent time in the NFL on staff with the Ravens. There you go, Harbaugh. And the Jag before joining South Carolina in 2022, where he served as the defensive ends and outside linebackers coach, as well as the defensive run game coordinator. As a recruiter, Lucas was the primary recruiter for 2 5-stars and 4 4-star commits, and a secondary in the recruitment of Lenore Sellers. The 2 5-star recruits are notably Dylan Stewart and Nick Harbor. In addition to coaching Dylan Stewart through his success, Lucas coached transfer edge Kyle Kennard to winning the first Bronco Nagurski Trophy in South Carolina history. And Kennard was then taken in the 4th round by the Chargers in last year's NFL draft. So some pretty impressive kind of pieces of info there on Sterling Lucas when talking about his recruiting history. Obviously, that man right there is the headline. When you hear Sterling Lucas, the first name that kind of comes right after would be those two, but more importantly, old number 6. But there is Kyle Kennard. But that guy, I mean, a freak of nature. And it just, the thing is, and there's nothing that's pointing towards, he's going to enter the portal and go to LSU. But if he does, right, if it comes out that he is entering the transfer portal, is there a place that makes more sense?
No.
Your guy that recruited you, right, was your coach, will be at this place, and they'll have the money. And on top of that, he's going to play wherever he goes. LSU's in need of edge rushers. Like, not only is there opportunity to play, he's gonna play wherever. He could end up at Alabama or Ohio State or name the play, Georgia, and he would be a starter. LSU is in need, which means they will pay money. So we'll see how it shakes out there with Sterling Lucas joining the staff, but it should be you should be excited with the addition there on the defensive line. There is a question. Go ahead.
Sorry, real quick. South Carolina was maybe, if not the first, one of the first to announce re-signing, not resigning, re-signing, as they did it with Lenore Sellers. No, they did it with
Dylan Stewart and Lenore Sellers last offseason.
Right, and then they re-upped Lenore Sellers this year, right? Where
it was like
they put
video.
Yeah, they put the video out, and it went from a graphic to a video.
Yes,
that has not happened yet. Share with Dylan Stewart.
Right.
So not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill or a molehill into a mountain.
Right, but just pay attention.
Right, because I'm sure that's probably rustled some. Oh shit, gotta act.
Right.
Are we make sure we get him to stay? Like, is he following his coach? Like, well, let's make a number big enough to where we don't look like we let him walk to LSU and now we lost. Because you can have the same conversation with LSU, which we'll probably get to, but if you can draw the line of Sterling Lucas to LSU, that means they're going to take the one guy he recruited, or the best player he recruited.
It's been the conversation we've had about
Frank
a lot
Wilson,
of people.
Harlem Berry,
Kevin Smith, Kewan Lacy. Right. You have your, and it's funny, Corey Raymond, DJ Pickett. You have your position coaches. You're like, they have their prized jewel. You know what I mean?
This is the guy that he recruited.
Yes, and has this
relationship.
Right. All of it, and he's been in his room, and go down the list. That's been such a prevalent conversation, and we will definitely continue to that. Sabrion did ask a question in the chat.
Yes.
With E-Rob going to A&M, you think he'll try and poach McKinley and Relaford? Look.
Yes.
When a staff change happens, all doors are opened, right? Like this is kind of how it plays out, is where guys are going to enter the portal or they're not, but they're going to people are looking at LSU's roster and saying, hey, is there potential for me to make something happen here? Is there potential, where luckily on the Gabe Relaford front, his position coach still here, right? Kevin Peoples has been his guy since he got here, still on staff, right? Now for Dominic McKinley, there's been turnover, right? He got here as a freshman with Bo Davis, sophomore with Kyle Williams, and now it'll be Sterling Lucas in that room. But his defensive coordinator still the retention of that staff on that side of the ball, starting with Blake Baker, is what gives me the confidence that they'll be able to hold on to the pieces they want, right? But they are going to try. Teams are going to try. They're going to look and say, hey, Dominic McKinley, especially in a guy like Elijah Robinson, who has the relationship, he was committed to them at one point. It's going to be interesting to see how the coming days and weeks roll out. You have a bowl game on Saturday. We will be live from Golf Suites watching it. Make sure you come join us.
8:15 late.
8:15 late kick, but we will be rocking and rolling.
Golf Suites after dark.
There it is. And then I really think that stretch from the 27th to the 2nd, you will likely see some more names pop up. Zach Nagy said it yesterday. It's not over, right? LSU's not done with the losing of players to the portal. You haven't heard the last announcement. I personally think Gabe Relaford
is.
I'm very confident he's LSU. Dominic McKinley, I think I'm pretty confident it's the same situation because Blake is still here. But there has been so much turnover at that spot, right? His position coach has changed in his first 3 years being at LSU. Right, it's his most important season coming up, we'll see how it shakes out. It's an interesting point you bring up, Sabe, that I hadn't really thought about all that much. So we'll kind of see how those things shake out in the coming days. But to your point, Lloyd, that we were about to talk about, it was reported yesterday over at LouisianaSports.net that Kevin Smith had met with Harlem Berry. And it goes to Lloyd's point where when you hear of an assistant coach, a position coach leaving, the first thing you think of is, okay, who's their guy, right? Corey Raymond, DJ Pickett, like Blake Baker, I would have said probably like Harold Perkins. That was his guy. He helped recruit, and even there were staff change, like those things. Kevin Smith, Kewan Lacy, Sterling Lucas, Dylan Stewart, Frank Wilson, Harlem Berry, right? That is the one. And so with that comes the conversation of Frank Wilson's leaving. What does that mean for 22? The number one quarterback out of St. Martin's Episcopal in New Orleans, who had a great freshman season for LSU. What does it mean with his guy leaving? The guy that recruited him, that went to high school with his dad and was his position coach. What does that leave for Harlem Berry? Well, what I'm seeing right now from this report that Kevin Smith went and met with Harlem Berry to push for the running back's return is kind of to my point and to me and Lloyd's points that we've made over the last couple of weeks, where they did it with Blake Baker. If they want to retain you, if Lane Kiffin and this staff and this era, if they have the mindset of we want to keep them, we want to retain this guy, this player, this coach, we're going to do what's necessary to do that. It's what you didn't see with Frank Wilson, right? It's what you didn't see happen with Coach O, where they didn't go out and get him, right? If they wanted him, they could have gotten him. They're putting in the effort to keep Harlem Berry here because they want Harlem Berry here. I personally, and I've said it over the last couple of weeks, have confidence that Harlem Berry's an LSU Tiger next year. That is not any inside sourcing. That is not from anybody telling me anything. That is just literally my gut. And the fact that I sit back and I look at this situation, right? Kevin Smith and his track record. Lane Kiffin, his track record, his offense. Harlem Berry, his skill set. The fact that he's from Louisiana, this is LSU, and the fact that they can sweeten the pot financially in the way where if they want you, they'll pay you. If they want Blake Baker to stay, they'll cough up $3 million. If Kevin Smith is looking for job advancement and maybe a higher contract, they'll give you the $1 million and you're associate head coach. If they want you, they'll pay you. A combination of those things, to me, gives me confidence they can find a way to keep Harlem Berry in Baton Rouge. And you're seeing it right now where freshman running back Harlem Berry and his father met with Kevin Smith and LSU general manager Billy Glasscock for about an hour Sunday night, according to what a source told LouisianaSports.net. And those sides are working to solidify Berry's return to LSU for his sophomore season in 2026. And so what I hear in that meeting is it's Berry and his dad, right? And on LSU side, it's the running backs coach and the general manager, right? Which is, here's our plan for you as a player, and here's how much we're willing to pay you, right? Am I correct in feeling like if you're talking with the running backs coach, that's the football side of it. You're talking with the general manager, that's the financial side of it, right? So you have that meeting. Now, it continues on in this write-up. Berry's return could be complicated if LSU were to add Ole Miss running back Kewan Lacy via the transfer portal. Lacy's not declared his intention to enter the portal. And so we'll see kind of how that shakes out. Obviously, the Lacy point is an important one, but I'm operating under the mindset of that Lacy likely comes to LSU, and I still think Harlem Berry, there is a conversation and a route to him staying at LSU, looking at the way he can be used as a weapon in 2026 and then the guy in 2027, right? A true freshman, true sophomore, true junior on that track, And it's going to be interesting to see kind of how it shakes out. But it does bring some peace to my mind on the Harlem Berry front, knowing that they're putting in the effort, they're having the meeting, and they're making the push to keep him in Baton Rouge. Because this is an announcement that they want him here, right? It's kind of all been trying to figure out, like, you want Harlem Berry to stay, but is that where they're at? Is that what they're doing? Yes, right? They're meeting with him and his father. They're finding a way to make sure Harlem Berry stays in Baton Rouge. And so it does bring peace in the fact that they have announced now, officially saying they want Harlem Berry back, and they're working to make that happen. And we'll kind of see how it shakes out over the coming weeks with Lacy in the portal. If that ends up happening, what happens with Caden Durham, right? That's another piece in that running back room. You know, I've always felt like I felt like you had a better chance to hold on to Berry than you did Durham. Right? Because the one, they're now making the push for Berry. Two, he's a Louisiana guy. And with Durham, he's a guy that came from Duncanville. Obviously, has very good relationships at Oklahoma. And a very good relationship with Frank Wilson as well. You know, that is also one of Frank Wilson's guys. The only running back he recruited in that 2024 high school recruiting class was Caden Durham. And so I've said it over the last couple of days when we've talked about the running back room and the transfer portal and what the roster building looks like. The running back room is the most intriguing one because you had 4 guys in that room, right? 2 of them hit the portal. Okay, there's question marks around the other 2. And so with that, you could end up with 0. You could end up with no guys in that room. And then you would assume maybe you can get Lacy over, right? Kevin Smith, Kewan Lacy is the tie. If you can get him, you still, if it's 0 and all 4 of those guys transfer, you need 2 more guys in the room out of the portal because you don't have one out of high school. So it could be a completely rebuilt running back room. It's going to be very interesting to watch that room kind of play out and what it looks like. H-Town Creole, Berry is a special running back. Indeed, he is. Jaleel Dean, 8407, $5 super chat. Ready. Thank you, sir. Do you think the first game versus Clemson will be the gold game? Would be cool for Lane's first game. It's interesting. Very rarely have they ever done the gold game for, 1, a non-conference game. I feel like it's usually a conference game they do that for, and 2, a season opener. Right. Now, Clemson did the orange game for LSU last year in the season opener. I don't know. I don't think you really need to add anything to that one.
No, don't make it bigger than what it is.
Know,
It'll already be a spectacle, and
it would have been one regardless, and now it's even
amped up. And
right.
I would imagine that if you're Lane Kiffin, you probably come in here and it's not Ole Miss. You don't have to come in and shake things up and try to establish a brand that hasn't really existed. It's you. What do they say? What the 3 letters, the 4 notes,
right?
The purple
the
and
2
gold.
colors.
Exactly. It's white at home. Like I don't think he has to come here and make more of what it already is. Like I don't think you need a light show.
No.
To get people to go to the first game of the Lane Kiffin era. It'll already be
against Clemson,
right?
Tigers, and
you
Valley,
got like you don't even need to get your lick back. It's like Clemson is now you're just another name on the schedule,
right?
Like all of that has changed. The 1-0 mentality, all of that nonsense. That was just like good for you, buddy. Like that was all for Brian Kelly's bravado and ego. It was about him. The 1-0 was about him.
Get that elephant out of the room,
right? And like, how about you just go win? But that's gone. And so I don't think you need to put this overemphasis on the first game of the year anymore because it's a different era in which you don't have to try to make something that it isn't. I think LSU will probably open up against, like, especially after the portal. I don't expect them to make a lot of noise. They don't. And I would expect LSU to open up as at least 7.5-point favorites, regardless, even right now.
Yeah.
Like, roll it out and we'll see what happens. You've already beat them and your team was terrible, dog water. But on the Harlem Berry front, the one thing that concerns me, I appreciate the optimism because it's it's not like it's rooted in nothing. There is a plan in place, obviously, that they came up with last night. And if you're LSU and if you're the LSU coaching staff, why wouldn't you want him?
Of course.
Right. And then you have the idea of, okay, if obviously Kewan Lacy's numbers leaked about that he makes possibly $1.8 million for Ole Miss to retain him. I don't know if that's a conversation that you go into and have with Berry's family, but I imagine it came up.
Yeah,
like if this number's true,
general manager's there,
right? And so it becomes, all right, I'm torn between staying at LSU and splitting the bet. We haven't even talked about Caden Durham and all of this. Like everybody's just assuming he's leaving. He hasn't said anything. It's just like I don't know why he keeps getting castigated out. But I understand it if you have to keep, like it's for some reason impossible to keep all three. I get it. They're all extremely talented. But Caden Durham had a fine year. He's been hurt, banged up. But it feels like, oh, we'll have to pick between Kewan Lacy, Harlem Berry, or Caden Durham, or Kewan Lacy and Durham, or Kewan Lacy and Berry and Durham. And it's like there's been nothing out of the Caden Durham camp to make you think he's going to leave. Everybody's just assuming he's going, like more so than Harlem Berry. And Harlem Berry is the one that has both of which were recruited by Frank Wilson, both of which were solely picked by Frank Wilson. And Harlem Berry, the reason that people think that is because he's from New Orleans. He's not from Duncanville, right? But there's a world which you keep. I think it's hard-pressed to keep all three, but you can keep two of the three. And if it's Harlem Berry or if it's Caden Durham, I don't know.
Well, to me, this feels like they've made that decision.
Right. Well, just Caden Durham hasn't said to you. He hasn't given you any inkling that he's leaving, right?
Right, but it's still like
I'm sure he it'll probably come after the bowl game if he does.
Right,
both of them.
Yes.
But the one thing about makes me hesitant on the Harlem Berry front is this. I mean, it's this interview right here.
Of course.
His relationship with Frank, you know what I'm saying? That might be the only factor that he's weighed in on is like, you know, whatever happens, you know, I hope Coach Frank stays. You know, I hope Coach Frank is here with us, you know.
Frank and I had a one-on-one conversation, and I told him I'm giving you my prized possession. And you better take real good care of him and send him back like I'm sending him to you. And he reassured me, he was like, you know, I promise you, I'm going to take care of him.
You know, I 100% agree. The thing is, Ole Miss isn't the school that scares me in the Harlem Berry discussion.
I think they're not scare. I understand it.
Like, to me, Ole Miss doesn't feel like the school. To me, that's the threat.
Frank Wilson is the threat.
Right. But he's at Ole Miss.
Right. I don't think he doesn't leave.
The threat to me
would have been Texas, but he's not going.
Texas.
I don't think that Mama ain't gonna let her son, her prized possession, go play for Jabbar Jalouk. Jabbar Jalouk showed who he is on the football field against LSU. She watched the game. Like, no, you're not gonna strike a child in front of me and be like, "That's where I want my son to go play for." Would you not think that weighs at some, like, if that's how you treat?
I mean, Texas is hiring him.
I know, and
which
so
means
that would.
I
think that would scare off recruits more, certainly people that played at LSU.
Right? No, I'm not entirely disagreeing with you. I'm of the same thought process, but Texas isn't making that hire of him, thinking that parents are going to be like, "No, I don't want." If that's the case, if he's being excommunicado from recruits, Texas doesn't hire him.
I don't think recruits. I think transfer portal of this year.
Maybe.
You did it against the wrong team.
No,
if that's the one you wanted to pluck from.
I agree. I could see that.
Who did he hit?
Joe Rogers.
You think he's going to go play at Texas?
Who, Joel?
Yeah.
No.
See? I mean, you just don't. I think that is a cardinal sin amongst. I mean, if you do it to your own players, that's your business. That's your,
right. No,
you're coaching them up.
Jabbar Jalouk shouldn't have a job. And he
No.
should have been suspended on the spot for the remainder of the season from Florida. And the fact that Texas is going out and hiring him, I think, is absolutely
Well, it shows you the business.
bonkers.
Yeah,
right?
that's why.
It's the dirty underbelly of college football where it's like,
If Raheem Moore just didn't do one thing, he could do all of the other stuff. The crash out is what cost him potentially coaching for quite some time. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how. I mean, Texas is desperate, and they know where to get the talent from. They've tried multiple times,
right?
Haven't been able to cross the finish line. They've gotten to the dance, went home empty-handed, never go full Texas. And I think the Jabbar Jalouk hiring reeks of desperation to be able to. How can we get New Orleans players? How can we get into Louisiana? Because they've been able to pluck a couple, but you've never really barreled through the fence. They've tried with. What, Bo Davis? They've tried now with Jabbar Jalouk. They've made other hires to try to get into Louisiana. It doesn't feel like Louisiana players want to go all the way to Austin, Texas, because when you get there, it doesn't feel quite like home. Keep Austin weird. Thank you, 6th Street, because they walk down that and they're like, this is people carrying pythons on their necks.
Yeah.
It ain't New Orleans,
It's a little different.
Yeah. You want acid? Like, no. I don't want to whip it.
No, stop.
It's Tuesday in the afternoon.
Get
like,
away.
Right. Like, you skateboard? Like, no. I want to go play football. Like, I went to Austin during ACL on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Texas was playing football that day. Could not have told a soul that they would have known. Like, the stadium's right there.
Yeah.
Nobody was going to the football game.
Oh, it's right in the middle of the
Smack
city.
dab.
Yeah.
And it's not important to those people. Like, there's a small community that does probably care. And they weren't good, but still, when LSU's bad, you still go.
Right.
But there's too much to do there. And there's too much culture and art and food and bullshit that isn't football. And so when you go and visit, you're like, oh, this isn't the main thing. And that's why people end up not going. Like, it's fun, but you're not the star. Vince Young's their last star. Look at whoever has gone through Texas.
Baby.
Right. You got his first start, 200 yards.
There you go.
Great.
But I'll ask you, Lloyd, at this current standing, how would you, if you were to just guess where those 3 names end up, Lacy, Durham, Berry, what would be the schools you tag to those 3 guys?
If I'm pitching Harlem Berry and Kewan Lacy, I do one thing, and I remind them, not so long ago was it that Lane Kiffin was the offensive coordinator for a certain USC team that had a duo tagged Thunder and Lightning. This man looks eerily similar to a player that is currently on LSU's roster. You couldn't have fooled me. It's had a 2 on the back. And then this is what I show you I can do with 2 feature backs.
Right.
There's one, there's the other.
No, and that's the thing. You've seen it many times, right? 2 of the 2 rookie running backs in the NFL right now, Quinshad Judkins and
Lane wants to run the ball.
Travion Henderson, were on the same Ohio State backfield.
Give me that.
Right.
Give me Thunder and Lightning.
Come on.
That's my pitch, though. I'd be like, 2005, we did something pretty special.
Yeah, and he like you said, he wants to run it. And so, what would be if you were to guess, if you were just going to tab a school to each name?
I would say 60-40 Harlem Berry goes to Ole Miss because of the Frank Wilson deal. And you'll learn a lot about the current state of college football with those, like we tabbed Dylan Stewart following Sterling Lucas, Kewan Lacy possibly following Kevin Smith, Harlem Berry possibly following Frank Wilson.
Right.
If none of those happen, this is why you don't really pound the desk and get upset that Frank Wilson left, because the relationship part of this college football is out the window. Because there's I would say
it's completely changed.
It's completely changed the game of, I would love to go with you, Coach, but they're paying me way too much money to leave, and I'm at home. And for Kewan Lacy, like, do I really want to pack up my shit and go? I don't know. And they're paying me 1.8 to stay, and I don't even have to do anything after that. Like, I get to play, I'm guaranteed a starting spot, and it's a risk for him, because if I'm Kewan Lacy, my head coach left, my offensive coordinator left, my position coach left. Everybody I've seen in the offensive room, I look around and I go,
his quarterback might leave.
And yeah.
His receivers might leave. His offensive line might leave.
And so you go, like, what's my success rate here with a defensive-minded head coach? And he's in those meetings with Pete Golding right now, and I'm sure Pete Golding, who is a great recruiter, is going to pitch the moon to him, and $1.8 million does sound like quite the price of the moon. And so it's like, it does make you think. But if LSU can offer something somewhat comparable, and you have the luxuries of everything, it's literally, they picked up your house and they moved it for you. All you have to do is get in it, and you're back at home.
Right.
Like, you've seen those on the interstates. Like, that's a whole house. That's what they did. Like, there's everything that you own.
Right, it's a mobile home.
Everything and your stock and your investors, all of your team that has made you helped you score 21 touchdowns and run for 1,800 yards as a sophomore.
Right.
And everything that comes with that is right over there. Or I could stay for $1.8 million and have no clue what's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy decision for me. And for Harlem Berry, all of that's coming to me. Like, and have somebody I can split carries with that I trust.
Right.
Like that I know will probably be the future back, but there's definitely ways that they can implement me into an offense. You have to trust in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, they run 90 plays.
But or 3. But that also sounds like fun too.
Yeah.
But his confidant, like the man that is basically his godfather,
Yes,
is going to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And that's where his trust lies, and that's where the family trust lies. And they do have a say. But if LSU does what Kewan Lacy just got offered, where it's like, you are going to be very well compensated for your time here. And it's home.
it's a hard conversation to say no to.
Right. And then that's how you can – it used to be the relationship that could win the family. Now it's like, damn, Harlem, you staying
that?
for 1.8.
Right.
Like the
We're
same thing that
chilling.
they could say to Lacy, like, son, you're staying. Same thing happened to Bryce Underwood. Did you see Biff talk about him? Where he said a lot of murmurs and chatter about Bryce Underwood.
Right.
And he's like, Bryce, I hope he stays. I've talked to his dad and his family and Bryce. It's like, clearly we understand who's making the decisions
Yes.
here. It's Bryce Underwood's father.
It's
Like he said that very quickly. Like you
the
talk to
family.
it, like, and that's what you get when you get Biff. Like, oh, I should have maybe touched that one up a little
Dang
bit
it.
instead of.
I talked to
his-
Bryce dads
talked to
and the family and Bryce. Yeah, talk to
talk
Bryce.
to his daddy.
Yeah, talk to
And
his
it's like,
daddy.
oh, see who's making that decision, how that happened very quickly. Like, oh, $18 million, so you're going.
So yeah, I mean the money conversations are real.
Caden Durham, I
100%.
have no clue because it's not fair to him. The other ones have lore behind it.
There are the Caden Durham side of it has been very quiet. There's not any hints at anything. It's all just it's really speculation,
Right.
entirely. And so I guess for me, if I were to just tab schools to each name,
Oklahoma.
with Berry, I go LSU. With Lacy, I think LSU gets both. Keeps Berry, gets Lacy, and I think Durham goes Oklahoma. And I think honestly, Ole Miss would still be in the mix for Durham as well. Did I say Durham or Berry? I didn't say Durham. Because I just think the relationships at Oklahoma being closer to home, one last season, a team that made the playoff, right?
Also.
And then the Ole Miss conversation with Frank. But I would say Oklahoma, Durham, LSU, Lacy, and Berry.
Also, I'd put Ole Miss in the running for Caden Durham because
Yes.
lest we forget.
Yeah, no, that's what I just 100%. That's part of the conversation as well, and I think it's very,
Real.
very safe to assume that that's also very, very possible. So, and like we said, that is all speculation. This isn't any inside info. This is just us
Tea leaving.
tea leaving, reading into things maybe too much, and just making guesses.
I was just looking at his Twitter just because some people do very much put their,
their
thoughts out there.
their thoughts on their sleeve, which is their Twitter feed.
Right. And his is just that.
Yep.
He has one post that he hasn't posted since December 18th, and it's about Frank Wilson.
And yesterday, funny enough, before we went to Terra High for Ellis for Central High School JV and varsity, me and Coach Osborne, the head coach for Central High School basketball, listed out. I said, he asked me how many he was like, how many people are going to get through, or is LSU going to take in the portal? And I was like, I think it's going to be around, 25 plus. I was like, I think the minimum is 25. So then he got on the whiteboard and he was like, let's map this out. So he literally lists out, like he made the list of positions and how many you take of each position.
That's a coach.
Right? So quarterback said 2. Running back, potentially 3.
Real quick,
Okay.
do you think that Van Buren's performance has anything to do with keeping him? Like, he's shown flashes, I would say. Somebody that would also, if you want to, I don't think he competes for a starting job, but I'm not going to kick him out of bed for eating Cheetos.
No, I think this is where I would say no, his performance doesn't matter, is because I think they're fine keeping him regardless of how he plays.
Yeah, but if you want to bring in, if you find 3, you'll tell him to leave. If you can't find 3, you'll tell him to stay. Then you have 3. And I
3.
think he knows that.
Yeah, and I think it's just very accepted that he's not going to be the starter next season. They're bringing in the 2026 LSU football
And I'm
quarterback
sure
out
that
of the
Trinidad Chambliss thought the same thing.
right.
And that is, oh, here I am. Oh, I'm not giving up this job.
Yeah, and so I think it's going to be an interesting conversation to have. If you can hold on to Van Buren, you bring in 2 quarterbacks. If you lose them, you bring in 3 because you need 3 guys in the room. And so he said quarterback 2, running back 3, That's
Just in
under the
having
assumption
3 and
of
everybody's gone.
everybody's gone. Wide receiver also 3, because as of right now, it's kind of slim pickings in the room. You've got Francis Wright, Anderson, Parker.
That's it.
I think that's it. Tight end 1,
Yeah.
offensive line 5, and I said 4. He said 5.
Depends on who stays and who goes.
Depends on who stays and who goes, but I still think you bring in more than 3 at that spot.
Because you want, obviously, Braylon Moore coming back.
Would be huge. I would be
Tyree Adams feels like.
Corey Williams, Tyree Adams, Cohen Eccles. Other than that, I think there will be some conversations probably with the offensive linemen that are at Ole Miss that have eligibility to come on over, and whoever else is out there.
Their
in the
offensive line
portal.
coach stayed, correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Defense, 3 defensive tackles. You are extremely young in that room. You have Dominic McKinley. You have Walter Mathis, who's played a good bit. And you also have Zion Williams, Brandon Brown, I believe, as well. All young. You bring in a Richard Anderson and a Deuce Geralds. So that's young. You have bodies, but they're young. And so I said 2. He said 3 to bring in some experience. Defensive end, 2. I would say 2 or 3 because I do think you lose some pieces there because I think there's some guys that are getting older, not as young. A Dylan Carpenter, I think, will become a junior, or a Kalaj Cobbins, who will be a redshirt sophomore. There could be potential for some pieces leaving there. But you have Gabe Relaford coming back from injury, and that's kind of it in the room right now. Pyburn leaving, Peyton leaving, Butler leaving. So I think you go add 2 or 3 at that spot.
And you added 3 this past year, right?
Yep.
Butler,
Pyburn
and Peyton.
1-year rentals.
Yes.
And then now out of high school, you're getting Lamar Brown, who they said will play defensive end. Now he'll probably be,
He'll do whatever he needs to do.
to just be a wrecking ball. Trenton Henderson. You've got some freshmen that are coming in, but I still think you need experience at those spots, and you don't have it.
Yeah, the thing that stinks about this, and I know it was something that I guess they deemed that they fixed it, but the 2 transfer portal windows really did. If you were going to be a power player in this game, certainly helped. That's how you're able to go see. Who'd you get in the second window? A.J. Halsey and Bernard Gooden. 2 of your best players.
Because that was literally like you called it, like a mercenary. Like it's a hired gun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need those 2 spots to be, instead of being here, they need to be here.
Right.
So let's get the best ones at those 2 spots. And
You have to pay for that.
you did, and it worked.
Yes, everybody's
You
dead.
got your return, right? Linebacker, we said 1. Now, because I think if you can get Witt back, then you have Keys and Singleton. I'm excited to see both of them get full run against
Keys has
Houston.
played a ton.
He has. Singleton, not as much, and I think Singleton could be
Me too.
very, very good. And then you have those freshmen that you got last year, those 4 with Moses, Breaker, Ross, Weeks, who you've seen some, not all that much. You'll likely see him on Saturday. 1 potentially just for, if you want
You'll have
experience,
options.
Right? DB 4, so safety and corner. You'll probably add, depending on what happens with Cooley, another safety or 2. And then at corner, maybe a corner or 2, and then a place kicker. We'll see what happens with Aaron Burrell. He might be the most interesting player on the team. All the experience not all the experience, all the potential in the world. But you've literally never got to see him in a game kick a field goal.
Russell Shepard.
It's unbelievable.
Well, Ramos, it just felt you can't not.
Well, of course.
Right, and it would have been fun to see at least that. You
Let him
can't
try one.
You can't score
Let him try one.
from the 50.
Why are we punting?
Yeah, what's the difference?
Kick one.
Kick it out of bounds anyway.
See if he can boot it.
And I think he got hurt towards the end of the
He
year.
started coffin corner him on accident.
And he slipped one of the kicks.
Gave me
Yeah.
PTSD.
I know. I don't like but now we have a
hate a
special
coffin
teams
corner.
coordinator. I don't understand how people watch, and Jared Mitchell has bucked back at me about this because I was, making fun of it. He's like, Coach, when it works, though. I was like, exactly. When it works.
Right.
Like, the risk versus reward, it's just not
It's
worth
not.
it.
No,
Worth it.
I will never be a supporter.
The sky kick to the corner, you're asking, do we practice this a lot?
Right. No, I'll never be a supporter of the coffin corner. It
Might as well one side kick it.
it doesn't make sense Just kick it out the back of the end zone every time.
Because and you've seen it when it works. It's a scramble, and it's like they're on you quick, and there's nowhere. There's nowhere for you to get. It's essentially a punt, and there's nowhere for you to go. I get it. It pins them down inside the 15, inside the 10. It's like, are we okay? Or they get it at the 35 or the 40.
You're right.
If it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, when you could just split the difference, kick out the back of the end zone, they get it 25.
As much as I like, and J-Bet, your teams were different. Like I trust them to run down. Like they could go catch it for all I know, but we haven't been that LSU in quite some time. Maybe now, but yeah.
I just don't.
When you have
the risk reward,
Chad Jones running down on kick, it's a little bit different. Yeah, I would love. Yeah, squib it. Pick one.
Take his head off.
Where's my bitch? Like it's not the same.
Yeah, no, I just the risk reward. No, you're right. I've never thought like there's no reason to do it.
No,
especially not like.
I mean, how thrilled were we when LSU found somebody that could kick it out the bag?
Yeah, well, it's a touchback every time. It should be a touchback every time.
And Coach O's like he deserves a medal.
Yeah, like no, that's the.
And then they get bored with it and they start tinkering and let's just do what work. Like hit it 250 down the middle.
Right.
You don't have to hit a draw or hit a fade. If you can hit it straight.
Just hit it straight. And it didn't have to be that straight. Just got to be within this 50-yard.
Instead, we're going to cut the field into a slice of cake.
No, you.
It's like Madden 2000.
Stop it.
4. Yeah. Like coffin corner game on kickoff.
Yeah.
Not easy.
Pass.
Wind.
No, just kick it out the back. But I do think, like you're sitting right now, you don't have a place kicker on the team that's
not Aaron Burrell,
or that's kicked, and he hasn't kicked a field goal, like a field goal kicker. You know what I mean? Like you don't have a.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's true. These things tend to pop up.
It's crazy how it happens. Now Chadwick returns, I believe. Is he leaving? What year was he?
I thought they announced him on Senior Day. I'm pretty sure.
Did they? I did not make it for Senior Day. I was at a wedding.
Maybe he's a sophomore.
Yeah. So you can get Chad.
Oh, I cheered for him on the board. That's what it was.
Nice, sick.
Yeah, I mean, got to.
Yeah, of course. What was he?
People don't know.
Third team All SEC.
Yeah, he's great. That's thrilling. I mean, he might not get as much action.
That's fine, please. But you keep your to me, you do take a kicker in the portal, right?
Yeah, you don't need a punt.
You don't need a punter. You've got your kickoff specialist, but you need your field goal kicker.
You know where he punted more in the same amount of games? Middle Tennessee or LSU?
LSU.
Only by 8.
God, that is embarrassing.
Yeah, I didn't like reading that.
How many did Jay Bramblett kick in 2023? And do you have their number memorized of Chadwick? How many did he have?
Yeah, I didn't close it out.
Okay, good call. You're a smart guy.
Jay Bramblett in 23, 49 times.
Versus Chadwick, how many times?
Oh, 2022, 2023. In 2023, 2024,
yeah.
26.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 49 felt a bit high.
Yeah, that was the first Jay Daniels experience.
Yeah.
Second one, so 26 to 59.
That's worse than I thought. What about Zach Von Rosenberg?
That's exactly, yeah.
Let's just do it. God, that's crazy.
26 is the new low.
26 is the new low. I don't think I've ever compared the Bramblett to Von Rosenberg punt numbers. This will be interesting in the 2019-2023 debate.
Yes.
Who punted the least?
Let's see.
Now, I will give credit to 2019. They did have a place kicker in Cade York that could boot it.
2019. Oh.
2019-20. They did play more games.
Yeah.
So we'll take that into account.
47.
47. Okay. But they played 15 as opposed to
13.
13. So 2 extra games against tougher competition. Interesting. Very interesting. Shout out to Jay Bramblett, 26 punts.
Yeah, it didn't work hard at all. Got the job done.
I mean, the easiest job in the world is being a punter on a
really good
offense.
football team.
Yeah. Because I don't have to kick.
No, I'm double checking these numbers for 2019.
You are?
Because that was one. They weren't listed on LSU.
Interesting.
Maybe they're trying to separate themselves from Von Rosenberg. Cumulative season stats.
Let's see.
Still goes punting. 47 punts.
47 punts in 2019. Okay.
And 23 is staggering.
It is. I mean, that's not a
26.
lot. Yeah, 26. That's not a lot. Well, actually, Von Rosenberg only punted in 14 games. So technically, there was a game in there where LSU
Oklahoma
didn't punt. No, they punted at the end when they had to put Miles Brennan in.
Oh, yeah. What game would it have been? Clemson, Clemson is what killed him.
Yeah.
They had to punt 3 or 4 times.
He had 7 punts against Clemson.
7. Yeah, I would say that's
Punted only once against Oklahoma. 3 times against Arkansas. 2 punts in the SEC championship. Did not punt against.
Oh, Texas A&M.
Mm-mm. It is an SEC game though.
Florida?
So. Mm-mm.
Bama. No, they did because they returned it.
They returned it.
Yeah.
No,
bad punt. Bad.
Not good. Ole Miss.
Oh, really? It was a back and forth affair.
It was, and he did not punt against Ole Miss.
You got up like what? Would you win like 56-28, 56-35?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Punted once against Oklahoma. 3 of his punts against Clemson had Clemson start their drives at the 4, 18, and 15.
Yes.
It's a big game.
Well, then it was also the other way around where he kept punting inside the 5.
Right, right.
And they kept getting at the 40. Like, this is, at some point, I remember watching the game, and LSU defense stand tall. They would cough and corner you. And if the first play that LSU gets inside the 5 where they actually hit Thad Moss, if you don't get a legal man downfield, the whole game's different. That game's over.
Yeah. Oh, it was the... What was that? What was it? The first play of the game?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember watching it. I was like,
just like the Georgia play.
Oh, that's us. I was like, we're good.
Oh, I
tell you the collective deep breath I took when they completed it, because like I'm on 10, getting ready for the. I'm like, we're about to play in the national championship. Like, this is,
settle in.
And then they did that, and I was like,
yeah. What am I worried about? Flag.
What are we talking about?
And then the flag came.
And then they called it back, and I was like, shoot.
It's gonna be a grind.
Then we go down 7-0, and I was like,
well, I was glad. I was like, at some point, this needs to stop so you can start on the 25.
Right.
Like, just get one out the way. I'll spot you 7 this week. Let's get this offense going.
Have it.
But if that one hits, it's over early.
Yeah, I mean, it lit like when I kid you, like it's the same as the Jamar touchdown against Alabama. Like when you did it, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I've been watching this all year.
Let's go.
It doesn't matter who it is. Faceless, nameless opponent.
But it's so hard because like for me, my brain has been programmed to where like
disappointment.
Like 2015, you're rolling through everybody.
And you hadn't met me yet
with Leonard Fournette. No, I hadn't.
So you didn't know to look for the flag.
No. And then you run into Alabama, and it's like, oh, it was all fake.
Yeah,
it wasn't real. And so then 2019, in my brain, same thing. Like,
have to do it.
We're rolling through everybody. You've got it. You got to do it in November though. Week 1, first weekend, right after Halloween, when the time changes.
It's so funny. Like, that is real. And because the 2 scores, totally different game. Same thing if the Clemson completion happened, it's a totally different. Like, it's just a bigger route. You're not taking a knee on the 1.
No.
But it's funny because I vividly remember completion with Sean going bonkers as I go flag, and he's like, "You're the worst." And I was like, you look for him.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember Kewan Lacy's touchdown against Ole Miss. I was
like, because it did look like a bit of a push off.
I mean, he did push off,
right? And so you just go, they're not calling.
And everybody's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "Nothing." But
mentally tough.
It will be. Shout out to Coach Oz for his breakdown of the LSU football.
Oh, did we even get through
it? We did. So 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 5 offensive linemen. That's 14 total offensive players. 3 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends, a linebacker, 4 DBs. That's 10 defensive players. And a place kicker that gets you at 25. I was like, it is pretty impressive how you just kind of threw it up on the board, and there's 25.
He doesn't have roster build. He has to do it himself.
Right.
We talking Cruton?
Let's do it.
I mean, we all know what Central's up to.
Go Cats.
Y'all have your own little transfer portal.
Hey.
Oh, plenty of room here in Central. Get your house.
See, but it's not. It is the crazy thing is it is every school now.
Oh yeah.
And I asked the other day because we were on the bus driving somewhere and we were talking about some team and they're like, oh, they have that kid from this school, and I was like, when did this start happening? Like at least with yeah.
Yes.
I like the sweater.
Look at you! Wow.
How about this one?
About a How about this
How
one?
about that one?
Hold on.
Where is it?
Cowaholic. I got it at a estate sale. This is their one cow, and they got it memorialized, and I bought it from them. Yes, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Oh, Mississippi mud his pants.
But
It is delicious.
I asked him. I was like, when? Because when I was in high school, and which is not that long ago, I was like, the guys I played against freshman year were the same guys I played against senior year at every school.
Yeah.
I was like, but now it's like the kid we played at Denham last year is now at Madison Prep, and the kid from Liberty's now at Denham, and at Woodlawn. I was like, it's crazy.
So what you're telling me
is there's like a high school transfer portal,
and it happened before, like it was happening before the college football transfer portal. Like this has been happening for
right,
like John Curtis,
but like now,
Evangel,
and now it's like,
but they were doing it before everybody else,
right?
And now college football goes. That's why you think they're getting high school coaches.
Yeah,
we know how to do that.
Oh, Knox Kiffin, where's he playing next year?
Yeah, U-High
official.
Yeah.
Like, hey, coach, guess what? You can watch your son practice from your balcony at your office.
Knox, cut that out.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Imagine
the coach.
Yeah. Lane, come
Got
on.
you, coach.
Come down.
Hey, Chad Powers.
Good show.
Great, way better than I thought.
I did not have high expectations.
No,
for
but
it.
maybe that's the part. There,
Maybe.
but he's a good actor.
Yeah, and I mean, it was
Fine.
Well, and they made it serious somehow. Like, oh, we've added a love interest into this show.
I didn't get that far.
Oh, nice. What's one episode?
2.
There you go.
But I was like, this is good.
Yeah, I mean, the football's not bad.
No, he falls in love with the mascot.
No. The coach's daughter that's also a coach.
My date with the coach's daughter, the one that runs track.
Yeah.
And she gets all the, she really is hard on herself. She calls the touchdown play.
Yep. Watches it from the locker room.
Yeah, like a real, like Billy Bean.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
I don't know if you can, well, never mind, there's probably spoilers in there, but she touches his face, I'd imagine.
Just watch this.
This makes sense. So, obviously, this happens, right? The love interest is love. That's part of it, where
right.
you do get, even if it's not so much as coital, you do touch faces at some point. She finds out, realizes that because of his success, it's also her success, so she can't tell anybody because her meteoric rise through the coaching ranks and approval of her father is riding on Chad Powers, so it's their dirty little secret.
Right.
Is that it?
No.
Oh. Well.
Good. That was
Wait.
You really set it up perfectly. That was good.
And, well, she also... does she believe that he's a college kid? Like,
this is the thing. So nothing happens.
Oh.
Right.
No. What, they just like each other?
Yeah. Just watch the show.
Okay.
Just finish it. Well, you know what? We'll watch it today after this. We'll fire it up on the television. See if you'll said, gross, an old man falls for a kid?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
No.
This is, if it were the other way around, it would not be okay.
Sharon Moore.
Right. How would it work?
It's
okay, yeah. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of
No, I get it.
complications one way and not the other.
I did see yesterday on Twitter, Brennan Chapman posted.
It is now. Write your show, Lloyd.
Brennan Chapman put out a post which included a video from Locked On LSU, and it was essentially Scone talking about the fact that like Lane Kiffin and Billy Glasscock have created their list of like pricing for players, and they've measured these things out. And Brennan Chapman says, this isn't NIL chaos. This is an SEC program openly evaluating and budgeting another SEC school's roster and talking about it publicly. The SEC needs a commissioner again, not a bystander, at Greg Sankey. That sounds like whining to me. Because in this day and age, when you are in the transfer portal and players are re-signing after they're not returning to school. Is Lenore Sellers returning to South Carolina?
It's re-signing.
He's staying at no. He's re-signing with South Carolina. So guess what? It's free agency, right? So what LSU is doing is preparing themselves with, this is the money we have. This is how we're breaking it down. If that guy enters the portal, we're going to be prepared for it. That's not tampering, right?
Right. You said it very confidently, right?
Right.
Can we do this?
Like they're not saying, "Hey Trinidad, guess what? We're going to offer you this." Here, that's not what is being said in this video. You're complaining about an SEC program openly evaluating and budgeting another SEC school's roster.
Is there still you can't transfer within conference and that go away?
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, because that was one of the things, right? When
Now you can transfer wherever you want. It's literally open. It's free agency.
Right, because
is what it is.
Because we all thought, like, even when it came out, it's like, well, this isn't going to stand because you can't just say you can't go here. It's in the conference. Like, so it's a different academic institution.
Right.
If you can't stop me from transferring to Ole Miss as just a legitimate student, can't stop me from going somewhere else and that anywhere I want. I go to MIT if they let me in. I don't want to. I mean, watch yourself.
But the thing is, if you're not budgeting and you're not prepared,
Yeah.
if you're not evaluating talent and preparing for the portal, you're going to be behind. Like, these things are already being hashed out now and the portal's not open, which is why when the portal does open on January 2nd, I expect signings to happen. Because these things, why do you think they're announcing their plans to enter? Just for fun? That you think they just want to be ahead of the curve? No, they're announcing it because they want their agents to be contacted, right? They want schools to know, hey, you can get the ball rolling on me, Sam Levitt, or me, DJ Lagway, right? And so, of course, if you're a legitimate program and you're serious about next season, you would be evaluating and budgeting. If you're not doing that, you're behind. You will not be successful in the offseason. And not every player that's going to be in the portal is in the portal already. You need to be prepared. There shouldn't be surprises. You should know what's on your roster, who might leave from your roster, who you want to keep on your roster, and you should know guys from other rosters. And there's not going to be a school and a roster that Lane Kiffin knows better and Billy Glasscock knows better than the one they just made.
I mean, this is just the transfer portal on 1-3. I can't pull up this particular one because it doesn't do live updates. But this is all the people that are announced.
They plan to enter.
Their intentions to enter the portal.
And why would they be doing that, Lloyd?
Because they want to go play somewhere else.
But why would they do it before the portal opens? Because guess what? They're saying, hey Lane, hey
anybody,
Kalen, hey everybody, Mario, every coach, you can go ahead and reach out. Like, just be, you can.
I guess
I'm here.
I guess the part that seems nefarious is, did you enter the portal on your own volition, or were you contacted via vis-a-vis your agent was reached out to schools that said they were interested, or did schools reach out to your agent saying that, hey, you should hit the portal, you can come here, we have a spot for you, versus I want to go test the waters and see who offers me.
Right.
That's where I think this hang-up is, which because it's not direct contact with the player and the school legal.
Right.
If the school was reaching out behind, closed doors and saying, hey, direct contact with the player. If you leave there, you can come here. I'm saying you're going to be a starter. Not the way it's like, if that happened, can't do it. This way, same thing, legal. And that's what I think is making people upset, is that's the difference between the haves and the have-nots. Like, you already have your plan in place, you have your money allocated, you can tell them exactly what they're getting, as opposed to let me put my. If you're a transfer or thinking about entering the transfer portal and you have not been contacted, do not do it, because you're just putting yourself in a terrible situation.
Right.
And even you shouldn't even announce, because there's an off chance that if you're not as good as you think you are, and the school that you leave says, "Oh God, got him off the books."
Right.
Now you have nowhere to play. So at least get your education, get your degree, instead of being like, "I'm going to the portal," like off a whim. Like, buddy, you don't have a plan?
Yeah.
You don't even have an agent.
Right.
Like, oh. That's how it was. That's why there were so many people in the portal when it
Yes,
first opened.
yes.
It was like, oh, I'm in the transfer portal. It's like,
Come
oh,
and get me.
Right. And it's like, oh, not really that interested. This way, I know exactly at least my 3 are.
Right.
And then it becomes this way, this way, this way. Then the offer changes, and then it's a bidding war. That makes sense, but that's what people are upset about. Like, you're not really playing the game fairly, but in what world is fair anymore?
Yeah, what is fair?
This has become a money game.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And if LSU didn't have it, yes, I would be bitching.
Right.
Like, it's not fair. You gotta come
But
to school because you
just
love LSU.
evaluating.
But that does happen still.
Evaluating and budgeting.
That's the 101 stuff.
It's just if you're not doing that
With no salary cap.
if you're not evaluating and putting a price on positions and or players, you are not ready for January 2nd. If LSU wasn't doing that, I'd be concerned.
I think the first time they did it was last year.
Right.
And you saw the big splash. Not really the ROI that you intended to get in terms of keep your receipts.
And you expect more players that are equally as important in this transfer portal cycle, right? Like you expect more than 18, and a lot of them to be just as important, to be contributors. Like how many of the 18 were? Let's go through that. Let's see how many of the 18 were contributors, because I think it was probably 16. Like I think 16 of your 18 that you brought in last year were contributors. And shoot, it might even been 18 of 18.
I'm hard pressed to think of two that didn't. Contribute. Play.
Like you didn't bring Van Buren in to be a do what?
To do what he did, but he still contributed more than
right.
thought.
You didn't bring him in to be a contributor, but he ended up being a contributor because
starting quarterback at your university.
he ended up being
That's
the
how
starter.
that went.
But yeah, I'm about to pull this up now and just look at how many of the 18 were. Let's see. Where is the guys they brought in? Transfers in. Okay. AJ Halsey. Just say yes if a contributor.
Contributor.
All-American. Bernard Gooden.
Contributor.
Tamarcus Cooley.
Contributor.
Donovan Green.
Yeah.
Josh
Not
Thompson.
his fault.
Right, not his fault. Josh Thompson.
Yes.
Patrick Payton.
Played the most snaps of anybody on the
Yep,
offensive line.
I saw
Maybe
that.
of anyone.
Patrick Payton.
Yes.
Braylon Moore.
Yes. When healthy.
Grant Chadwick.
Yeah.
Nick Anderson.
Not his fault.
But, I mean, he played like he was a starting wide receiver.
Yeah.
You know? Destin Hill. Injuries, right? Sadir Mitchell left the team. Mansour Delane.
Uh-huh.
All-American. Jack Pyburn. Michael Van Buren. Jamari Butler. Barryon Brown. Jakeem Jackson. Bauer Sharp.
Contributor.
I mean, Jakeem Jackson and Donovan Green were the two that
right.
were just kind of were depth pieces. Other than that, everyone on this list outside of Sadir Mitchell.
And if Jakeem stays.
Right. Still has the potential to be a contributor. Like that, you brought in 18 so for them to play, and that's going to be the same thing this year, except it's going to be more than 18.
Because do you think that they're trying because of? This is how this cycle is going to continue, right? Because of you're bringing in, whether it be 1-year rentals or a depth piece, you're going to continue to have to do this and almost overdraft.
Right.
To at some point you don't have to bring in 20. You have people that stay, but then that person who was brought in to be a contributor may not have understood the role it leaves. And it's like, well, I want to play. Now it's my junior year, and now I'm going to fight for a spot because they're going to bring in another guy in front of me.
Right.
It's a
dangerous game to play.
That's what I'm not fully on board with how realistic it is, but we'll see because I understand that's what you have to do. But that's like when people are Like, say you have to bring in 3 quarterbacks or 2 quarterbacks or whatever. And it's like, I don't know how many people are signing up as a sophomore. Like, look at what's happening to Van Buren. Came in here to be the backup, right?
Yeah.
Ends up playing, doesn't play particularly well, doesn't play particularly poorly, plays. And now it's automatically, you have to bring another quarterback. It's like, so why did I come here?
Yeah.
Because you're not really even given the opportunity to compete, it doesn't feel like. If everybody's already saying you need to bring in 3 quarterbacks. Like, well, you have one on the roster, certainly 2, just because for depth. Like,
players are still going to do it, though.
Yeah.
They're still going to get the check. And the pitch that was given to Van Buren can still be given to another. The thing is, the pitch that was given to Van Buren, none of it played out right. Like, none of it went right. He was going to sit behind a Heisman quarterback for a season, learn, develop, redshirt, and compete for the job against Colin Hurley and maybe a portal guy.
Definitely a portal guy.
For the next season. Like, that was the pitch that was given to him.
Mm-hmm. And you have a year to learn this offense.
Right, and what happened was...
What happened?
The quarterback that he was supposed to sit behind, he did sit behind, did not play well, gets hurt, benched, coach fired, coordinator fired. Like... But
roll the ball out there.
That is the dangers of. That's the dangers of the game.
And that's Van Buren trying to play it safe.
Right. And there are going to be, but there's still going to be guys that say, you know what, I'll go sit in a Lane Kiffin offense and compete for the job next year. For this month, I mean, because he got paid. It's not like he came here for free, Van Buren. So it'll still happen. But I do think. But the thing is, like now, like you look at this class, you bring in 2 or 3 defensive tackles, right? Especially if you lose a Dominic McKinley. In a year from now, you bring in 0 defensive tackles because Richard Anderson will be a sophomore. Deuce Gerald's will be a sophomore. You'll have Walter Mathis who will be a junior. You'll have Zion Williams who will be a redshirt. So like those things, you'll have the.
That's what I'm saying. At some point, you don't have to overdraft anymore.
Right. You'll go get 3 defensive tackles this year because next year you shouldn't have to get any.
Right.
And so. We'll see how it continues to shake out, but it will be very intriguing to watch those things kind of develop. Don't forget, every single day we are brought to you by AJ Sports Cards right there on Drusilla Drive, 3348 Drusilla Lane, actually, not Drusilla Drive, Drusilla Lane. 3348 Drusilla Lane in Suite 11C is where they're located right here in Baton Rouge. They had a great card expo on December 14th or 13th, I believe it was a Saturday a couple weekends ago, where they did it at the Elite Football Academy, and it was awesome. The pictures and everything from that event, go check it out on AJ Sports Cards social media, at AJ Sports Cards on Instagram, AJ Sports Cards 225BR, and AJ Sports Cards on Facebook. Go check them out. We will, during our 24-hour stream, either someone from AJ's or I'll swing by AJ's myself and we'll get a box and some packs to rip open live, brought to you by AJ Sports Cards in that 24-hour stream on January the 1st. So shout out to AJ Sports Cards for supporting us from the jump here at Tingle & Co., but deciding they want to be a part of that 24-hour stream, and they're going to help us expand our time and continue to fill our time in that long 24 hours. But shout out to AJ Sports Cards. Make sure you go check out their store and reach out, see what they've got, because they've got memorabilia, card packs, Pokemon, everything you could imagine. And it's Christmas time. If you need a late gift or you want a stocking stuffer for your kid, go hit up AJ Sports Cards to check it out. We will take a quick break right here at 9:30 a.m. this morning and close out the last half hour of this Tuesday's show right after this.
Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Branning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Branding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff,
Where everyone is family.
When it comes to your home, the roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's repair, a replacement, or storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
All right, welcome back here as we close out this Tuesday morning show. We appreciate everybody getting in here this morning. Hunter Hall, I did see your ideas in the chat. I'm going to go back and check those out for sure. He threw some ideas in there for the 24-hour
Hunter Hall has been on quite the gambling streak. So thank you, sir.
Rocking and rolling. There you go.
But yes, we do need ideas. We want this somewhat formatted for the 24-hour Tingle & Co. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year stream deluxe of the year for free.
Get started.
Unless you super chat us, then it won't be for free, but we will do it anyway.
Yeah, we're going to do it regardless.
For the cure.
But two claps this morning. LSU men's basketball gets a win last night.
Half a clap.
Was not pretty.
One clap.
They'll get one clap because they won by the final score. You know, they scored 104 points, but 43 of that 104 came from free throws as they broke a record last night, 43 of 49 from the charity stripe.
What was
don't
the
make
record?
it think that I don't remember what it was, but they broke it.
Good.
It wasn't just LSU though. It wasn't like this was one-sided free throw affair. Prairie View A&M also shot 30 free throws. I think they were 26 of 28. So it was just a lot of fouling going down on the court. But LSU scores 104 points, but they give up 90 to Prairie View A&M in back-to-back performances for the Tigers against Prairie View and against Southeastern, where the defense just was not very good, where they give up more than they should have. But they were scoring. They were able to, put the ball through the hoop, which is what you need to win games, and they continue to win against lesser competition. But it just wasn't pretty, and that's not a confidence-inducing victory moving forward. But you hope you can build off of it, shake some of the rust off, close out December strong, keep winning, get the non-conference wins, and then get to January where conference play starts, and you hope you can rattle off a couple of victories there. But it's just not the defensive team you would like to see closing out non-conference play. So they will get one clap because they won, but not two because it wasn't pretty enough. Ready. See, that's about right. Go ahead.
How long typically are basketball games, just from your experience of sitting and watching?
So, I mean, it's a 40-minute game in college basketball, right? It's two 20-minute halves, and I would say it's usually about an hour 15.
You want to take a guess how long this game lasted?
It was a 2.5-hour game.
Yeah, but it's 2 hours and 11 minutes.
That's what happens when it.
So,
block.
did this happen because...
Now, I did not watch the game last night. I need to go back and watch it.
I don't think you need to. I'm not going to make you do that.
No. But so I don't know the method and how this was going on.
I just didn't... Okay, it's not what I thought.
What did you think it was?
I didn't know if it got into a situation in which LSU playing at home... Like, let's kind of get away. Let's start blowing the whistle.
No, I mean,
then they had to blow it for both sides to make it look like, okay, we're not actually, we're calling it the same both ways.
Right, no,
but like, they didn't want it to get away from LSU. But that doesn't seem.
LSU was losing at halftime.
Yeah, but they started calling the fouls early.
Yeah. I mean, it was all game. I mean, it's hard to call 49 fouls in the second half.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it wasn't like this.
Right.
It was a concerted effort throughout the night.
Yes, they were blowing the whistle.
How does that happen?
49 free throws is crazy. Like, and that's the thing about free throws is that's not all the fouls. Like that's
right.
Not every foul is a shooting foul. And so I'm trying to pull up the team stats here just to look at how many fouls were. I mean, Prairie View A&M fouled 31 times to LSU's 21. There's a technical each way and a flagrant on Prairie View A&M. So
that's so many.
I will
fouls.
say the leading scorer for Prairie View, though, that LSU had struggled with in the first half, Tyrion Joseph, who had 34 points in 39 minutes, which means he played every minute except one, on 11 of 20, shooting 5 for 9, is a hometown kid, made his way back home to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He played on that Scotlandville team that was the number 12 team in the country back in 2020 with Reese Beekman, Jonathan Horton, and that team. Tyrion Joseph, a.k.a. Scooter, who's averaging 22 points for Prairie View A&M, gave LSU fits last night as he scored 34 against the Tigers in his return back to Baton Rouge. Also 2 claps this morning. I saw Vintage LSU Football, who does a great job on Twitter, put out the first time LSU and Houston met up, the first meeting between the Tigers and the Cougars.
Oh, my God.
Tigers and the Cougars. That's awesome.
You sound like, was it Laura Rutledge when she was talking to Kirby Smart
Yeah,
and
that
Nick
was
Saban's
awesome.
like, and your sexual experience,
Sorry.
Yep. He's
My
like,
bad.
I don't know how to answer that. So tell
Not
me all
gonna
about
answer
the
that.
first meeting with
gonna-
the Cougars.
The Cougars, yes. The first meeting between the Tigers and the Cougars. The Tigers and the Cougars back in 1996. Who played for LSU back in 1996?
Kev?
Oh, Kev, as number 17 LSU won that game 35-34. And Kevin Falk set a still-standing school record of 376 all-purpose yards.
Talk about giving you fits.
Talk about we need all of it. 376 all-purpose yards, and you won by a point, 35-34. Shout out to Kev. But shout out to Vintage LSU Football over on Twitter. The first time LSU and Houston faced off back in September of 1996, season opener in Tiger Stadium. Kevin Falk, LSU, Vintage LSU Football on Twitter. 2 claps.
3 claps.
Ready. 3 claps. Ready. All eyes on 3, baby.
With a sad thing about, not sad, but 35-34 with 376 all-purpose. Needed all of them.
You needed every single yard. Every single yard to get that thing done. Also 2 claps. Well, I guess we should do 25 claps.
Oh.
Bob
Super
Starkey.
chat?
Bob Starkey, the GOAT. It is his 25th year at LSU as they crowded around him as he walked onto the court. the other night, and he got his 25 jersey with some pictures framed as well. Shout out to Bob Starkey, who is just an absolute LSU legend. He's been a part of some of the greatest women's basketball teams in history here in Baton Rouge. 25 claps.
Oh, okay. We're going to do it.
For Bob Starkey. Ready. There it is. 25 claps.
He does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
He does. He does. That is a Hall of Famer for sure. And then the Pelicans get 5 claps for 5 wins in a row as they grind one out against the Dallas Mavericks last night. And the Pelicans just keep, like, this was a game that they were losing in, right? Like, they were not winning at the half, I don't believe. They gave up 29 there in the second quarter to go down. They were losing going into the fourth. They win with a 40-26 fourth quarter, where they close out that basketball game and win 119-113 and have now won 5 games in a row and are no longer in last place in the Western Conferences. They jump the Clippers and the Kings and are now only 4.5 games back from that play-in, baby.
That's what
5 claps for the Pelicans. Ready. There you go. Shout out to Zion Williamson, who led the way last night with 24 points on 10 of 14 shooting. Off the bench, they might have found something there. Zion's been coming off the bench lately and has been playing better. He had 24 and 9. You get 19 and 10 and 6 from Derek Queen, 19 and 7 from Sadiq Bey, and then Jordan Poole had 14 points but hit the big three to, I think, tie it up in the fourth quarter last night, where the Smoothie King Center, for all that was actually playing, blew up. Shout out to the Pelicans, who now have 5 wins in a row. And Christian texted me last night after it. Me and you had talked about this, about that matchup on January 6th. And Christian was like, I'm in now. And I was like, good. I was like, I was going to go regardless. Now, I would like them to not continue to win and get that hot that the ticket prices skyrocket. But I'm not going to complain about victories. But I obviously want to get there for the PELS Lakers on January 6th. Number for that, 161 for Mealy and 240 for Kevin Falk. Oh my gosh! Talk about offense, man.
They almost lost.
They lost by a point. I mean, they
won by a point.
That's crazy. Now imagine if LSU does that on Saturday, huh?
Yeah.
Run for 300 and something yards. Not gonna happen. That'd be awesome though. Shout out to Caden Durham and Harlem Berry if they pulled that off. I also saw Hunter Hall ask about the Central High School freshman team yesterday as I made my way over to Madison Preparatory Academy for 11 a.m. and a 1 p.m. tip. Let's see it. Herb. Look at those pads.
Hell yeah, looks like Phil.
That's football.
That's football.
Go make something happen there, 3.
Nope. That's right. I'll give it to him again.
Yeah, I mean, you got lucky you stopped him that time.
Look at those pads.
Look at those pads. Dog.
Out the gate, 20 for 246, 2 tuds.
Silly. Absolutely silly. We went 1-1 yesterday, the freshman team did.
Whose fault was it?
Got a loss against Madison Prep in game 1.
Score?
A lot to a little.
Okay, so nobody's fault.
Pressed from the jump. And it was the second time out. Not prepared for, Madison Prep, those freshmen are not normal freshmen. They were much bigger and much more athletic than what the Central freshman team rolled out yesterday. But showed some fight in the second half, and I appreciated it. But just didn't really get the wheels turning in game 1. However, flipped the script and locked in for game number 2. Got a victory against McKinley High in that freshman matchup where the Central Wildcats showed up, and I think won by 15.
Got your revenge, Owen.
Got the revenge, made it happen.
Owen, Ole Miss, former Walmack.
Mm-hmm. So, big win there as as we were able to pull out. Now sitting at 2-1 on the season, the freshman team. And then varsity and JV against Terra last night. They handled business. Both teams won. Jace Conrad, once again, put together quite the performance. 22 points, 11 rebounds, and a win over the Terra High Trojans, I believe, was their mascot.
Basketball good.
I mean, they don't have a bad record.
That's all I was wondering.
Tyrion Joseph, the leading scorer for against LSU last night. Not Scooter.
Sunshine?
It's SCOOTAH.
Oh, okay.
Scooter.
He's good.
He is. I mean, this is his 5th school, I think, in 5 years.
Southern.
Went to Southern, averaged about 20 there.
Austin P.
Yep. That was out of
Radford.
Scotlandville. But yeah, I mean, they are, their record
UTSA.
is 5-7 now. And they battled with Oklahoma State, similar score. They lost to Missouri, another SEC team, by 18, but scored 73 against them.
More pressing question: who coached which game?
What? What do you mean?
For the biddy ball.
Oh, for a freshman team?
Mm-hmm.
We coached both games.
Yeah, but people want to see one coach one and one coach the other.
Oh, that's what they want to see?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the people are asking for?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's not how it goes, but...
You don't think that would be more conducive for your time?
If we just took turns?
Yeah.
It would be confusing for the kids.
No, like I coached one game, it's like being divorced.
That's like splitting time. Everybody's got Christmas. Right? Yeah, we are. But everybody wants to see that sweater.
Yeah, I did not get the... Oh, is it little golf balls you can hit at it or throw at it?
Oh, you can throw at it. Sticks. See, make a throw. Make a play.
Oh, let's go. Right at the nipple. Yeah. Oh, right, same spot.
There we go. There we go. Merry Christmas.
I love that.
That's a great sweater. Huh? But
we walked in on them. But Friday after hours we did Mikey's show. They're playing the 2K golf game. And Charles is lights out. He was like 7 under through 5.
He says
he's unbelievable. Like the game's not easy.
No, of course
and
not.
they're making it look very easy.
I'm not that good at it.
No, they hit
tough.
every fairway, made every putt, and I was like, it's on hard. And we play a lot.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all need to go hustle kids. Like if you could, like that would be a phenomenal Twitch stream.
That's what I mean.
24-hour stream.
We need them to come back in so we can converse. But yeah, no, it was we'll see. Maybe I'll throw out some of this freshman basketball film. I'll get some of the good clips.
Not until y'all split games.
Not until we split games.
And then you like relegation. One has to stay, one gets to move up. Would it put more juice in your coaching?
No. There's juice regardless. I'm in it because I'm basically in a uniform on the bench. I'm the first one out on the court, high-fiving in a timeout.
Who do you think's a better coach?
I'm not answering that question.
No, I mean to you.
That's not what that means. We do a good job.
Okay.
I mean, the way the freshmen, it's not, we don't have the freedom to just run it however we want.
It's a system.
It's a system it's a farm system. You know
right.
what I mean? Like the varsity coach says, hey,
this is what
these
we're doing.
Are the things that need to, and it's got it. Now,
you could be like Chad
my
Powers.
biggest advantage in coaching it is I
know it.
Played in it.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like but basketball is still basketball. Like you still need to know to catch the ball with 2 hands, land on 2 feet, keep a pivot foot. When we play, we should shot fake every time.
Yes.
Because we are not going to be jumping up over the top of anybody. So we need to
standing dunk.
We should go ahead and now we have some athletes though.
Surprise you.
We've got some guys. Now he's got KJ's got the flu, which sucked. We played without KJ, who's probably the most athletic on the team. But it was good to see the boys go out there and recover from a game 1 loss. That's what Coach Oz told me yesterday. He was like, that's how you script it. You lose game 1, and you go win game 2, so you leave on a high note, and you at least you feel confident about the fact that you recovered from your first loss. So. Noah, do you have a teaching degree or something to coach? No, I'm a CECP, which is a non-faculty coach. Each I don't know what it stands for. but each like sport gets a certain amount of non-faculty coaches they can have, and so I'm a non-faculty coach. So I'm not technically a school employee.
Chief Executive for Corporate Purpose. That sounds important.
Hey, that's me.
CECP.
But that's me. I'm just a non-faculty coach. So I am employed by the school, but I'm not a teacher.
What would you teach?
Physical education.
Can't.
Huh?
Pick a subject.
I mean, probably English. Social study, good old history. I do history. Classic coach history teacher.
Yeah. What if...
Now, English would be probably what my degree goes to the best with communications because it's kind of, you have to write, but probably history. Probably be the most fun to teach.
Yeah, you just throw up drunk history.
Yeah.
Like,
Boom,
this is this is pretty close.
Learn that. Figure that out.
And then we can do it.
Um,
Smoke as much vape as you want, as fast as you can, and then come do a history.
But the last year, we had a coach last season who moved on to be a GA at McNeese for women's basketball. But he taught a Photoshop class and was a coach. And he was like, you want this? And I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to
Keep the CCP
not going to teach yet. That's the backup plan. That's the fallback plan.
Yeah, I guess you got to get certified.
I would have to get certified to be a teacher. But that's the fallback plan. I'm just, hey, good old history teacher and basketball coach. And guess what my class would do every day? They would connect athletically. That's what they would do.
That's exactly right.
That's what we're going to do. Let Noah teach Spanish. Si,
senor. Oh, yes, senor.
Get Christian to cut the film. Christian doesn't know basketball like that.
He can't even follow a read option in football.
I tell you what, I wish y'all could see
no.
it. He cannot follow the read option. I got the huddle pulled up right here. See if my freshman game's been uploaded yet. Cut some clips. Nope. Hadn't been uploaded yet.
Somebody's head.
I had to cut 38 clips from our matchup against Lutcher last Friday though.
All
a lot
good?
to learn. And I tell you what, I could have probably cut 90 clips of things they did wrong. But hey, got to win. W 2-1, Senate 2-1. Freshman team is varsity 9-0.
That's important.
That's important. That's
That's the money maker.
That's the one that counts really. So
Speaking of counting, let's go 13 for 13.
let's go 13 for 13. We'll go 4-0 right here.
Breather.
I believe that would be breather.
Oh, breather, respite,
Break.
rest, break,
Yep.
a pause,
Rim, net,
job, net.
glass,
Oh, chills, chile, and
base.
yeah, stanchion. Is that on there?
Nope, no stanchion. This would be a basketball goal. And then we have
Jordan Spieth, Jordan Poole,
Jordan
Love.
Childs.
Jordan Love.
Yep.
Yeah, Matt Barnes with an E.
Cooper Flagg, Matt Barnes, Emmanuel Quickly, and Josh Hart.
Are all
Yep, homophones of NBA players. Bang.
homophones or homophones? Homophone. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was
Homophone.
a homophone. A homophone?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm being serious.
I know you are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They might have changed it, but
Maybe.
when I was in school, it was
When I was going, it was a homophone.
it was smear the homophone.
Gosh. Carl Dunn. Carl Dunn's running with the joke.
There you
Can't
go.
wait to play the Cooters Saturday in
That's
Houston.
right. That's unbelievable.
It is.
Dirty mind.
Mom's going to be mad at me for that.
That-
and the quarter zip. Sorry, Mom.
The tit.
It's Let It Snow. Let it snow.
Snow.
Let it snow. Is that Zac Efron?
On the outside.
Behind, in the back?
Yes.
And then that's... Oh, that's... she's in, Burn After Reading. You seen that
Yes,
movie?
that's exactly who it is.
It's such a good movie. I think Zac Efron's just a C. Zac Efron.
That's
And then
what
what's
it is.
her name?
I don't know, but I know who you're talking about.
She's in Burn After Reading. It's like the main character.
Yeah, not Brad Pitt, which people would think, but
Nope.
early exit.
It's a good movie.
It's
got,
fantastic.
It's got Malkovich in it.
Quit
I love
calling
watching
my
him talk.
house.
John Malkovich.
He says mean things.
He does.
Very well.
He does. He's probably in it, and it's funny. One of my favorite actors to watch, just because of the way he talks.
Mm-hmm. Sounds.
And he does a good job. Like, he's a
good actor, yeah.
But also, it's just the way he
enunciates and looks and acts and feels emotional, and you're like, he gets mad at the things that I'd like to get that mad one day. I appreciate his anger. I don't have it. Jordan Hudson? No.
Nope. It is Efron. Dan Orlovsky. God, what's her name? We are right, because it's
that's
her.
definitely her.
I just don't know her name. Who's the main character, the woman in Burn After Reading?
Not Dan Orlovsky.
What else is she in? That's the only thing I think I know.
Yeah, but that should matter if we know the one. I'm not against the Google here. I just don't know her name. Helen Hunt?
Oh, that sounds...
I don't think it's her, though.
Burn After Reading.
I feel like it's like his... We'll come back to it. Everybody take a picture, a mental picture.
Everybody take a mental picture. Burn After Reading.
Oh, it's Miley Cyrus.
No.
I know who it is. It's that you're right.
Yes,
Bud
that's who it
Dupree,
is.
Kentucky. Oh.
Edge rusher Bud Dupree began his career with
Pittsburgh
this was
Steelers.
or did he start with the Titans? No, he started with the Steelers. Started with the Steelers and then went to the Titans. Yeah. 2005, 2007 led
Teddy
them to
Bridgewater?
Nope, that's too early. Teddy was later than that.
Brian Brom?
I don't know who this is. Because they were in the ACC when Teddy played there.
Right. I think
This
this
is
is
the Big
Brom.
East. Brom?
Brom might have been older than this, though. Louisville quarterbacks.
Is Bobby Petrino going to take Jordan on his motorcycle?
Probably.
Craziest hire ever. What is going on in Chapel Hill?
There's the steeple.
Yeah, what a mess.
Not Teddy, you say?
I say just go with it. Just roll with it. Your gut. Brom. Will you be my Brom date?
Brom. I'm pretty sure.
That Jeff is
Old, right?
older than that. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Thanks.
This school is currently in the Big 12, has been a part of it since its inception, and in 2025 reached a number 2 ranking in the AP poll, its highest ever. Number 2 last season? It's not the highest for...
Baylor?
No, Baylor's been number 1.
Texas Tech.
It might be Texas Tech. They made the Final Four last year. I don't know if they've ever been number 1. Kansas State's been number 1. Kansas has been number 1. It might be Texas Tech.
Syracuse has been one.
Syracuse isn't in the Big 12.
And Big East, Orange.
Yep.
Texas Tech?
I feel like it's got to be. I mean, Texas Tech has been.
Houston?
They've been one. They've. Iowa State, yeah. That might be. They were highly ranked last year. I wouldn't be
Big
mad
12.
at Iowa State. I just feel like Texas Tech might have been number 1 before. And Texas Tech started in the Big 12. It's been there since forever. Iowa State, same. So, Cajun Curveball, y'all on next week? Yes, sir.
And tomorrow.
We'll be live tomorrow. And then next week will be a full week. With next Thursday being 24 hours.
That's right. 9 days away.
Texas Tech and Iowa State are the two, and those are both in the chat.
And we'll gauge.
Texas Tech was our first thought.
You call it.
Go Texas Tech, and if that's wrong, then we'll try.
We can double dip the chip.
We'll see if Clemmer's smarter. Okay.
Oh, well, let me
We'll double dip later.
Iowa State. Emily Zapata
was a famous revolutionary from what primarily Spanish-speaking country? No idea.
Emiliano Zapata was a famous revolutionary from what primarily speaking. Zapata. Bolivia?
See, this is what's killing us about 8 to 10 is we've lost our Googler.
That's fine. Arizona State.
They were in the Pac-12.
Right. Emily Zapata.
Emiliano Zapata.
So I'm trying to think of revolutions.
Yeah.
Cuba? Where they speak in Cuba?
Cuba.
Where they speak in Czech Republic? Czech?
Not Spanish.
Bolivia?
Spain? Kenny Bilal says. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the dumbs.
In America, the candy with this name is small, chalky, pressed sugar candy tablets and colorful rolls. It would be a Smartie, would it not?
Oh, that's smart.
And a candy with this name, small candy, chocolate, pressed candy tablets and colorful rolls. But in
Sprees?
England, the same name is used for crisp, shelled chocolate candy. No. Well, I mean, the chalky, pressed sugar candy is a Smartie. Yeah. Used to smoke Smarties.
I used to snort them. Not kidding. When we got them in elementary school.
Yeah. Crush
Or
them
you
up.
could line them all up. And somebody would go to try to eat them at, like, deep throat them. Break their nose. Knock some teeth out.
You would put it on the floor and you'd roll your foot over it on the ground. And you could and it would crush it up. You could just open the little side of it and you go.
You're vaping.
And the chalk would go everywhere.
Yeah. That's fun.
I kid you not. Mr. Branch's class, 7th and 8th grade.
They took away Smarties, didn't they?
7th grade, well, of course. But I had a pencil bag full of Smarties.
Did you sell them for $1?
No, but I would just.
Nice. Man of the people. That would be so much fun.
Chalk everywhere. It was so. My mom hated it.
Yeah. Zapata means shoe, Italy. They speak Italian.
They don't speak. They don't speak Spanish. Since 2000, this HBO reality documentary series have followed NFL teams through various parts of the season. Offseason. This will be Hard Knocks.
Not bad.
Carl Dunn said inside the NFL. I mean,
it's Hard Knocks.
This is Hard Knocks. HBO Hard Knocks. Movies.
Inside the NFL is Showtime.
This 2015 Disney Pixar animated film explored a world where dinosaurs didn't go extinct.
All dinosaurs?
I guess. I mean, I remember there was a dinosaur movie when I was young, but that was when I was little. That was not 2015. And now I know they made one in 2015, but I don't remember what it's called.
It's not How to Train Your Dragon. Those are all dragons, correct? Yeah. That's what I was asking. Is it technically a dinosaur?
Little dinosaur, yes. Yes.
Little?
Gage, shout out.
What's going on with this thing? The good dinosaur? I think it's the good dinosaur.
The good dinosaur.
Walking with dinosaur? Little dinosaur. Sounds like a rapper. Little dino.
Little dino on a beat.
Yeah.
There we go. The good dinosaur. Jack Harlow.
Industry baby. Okay.
What's her name? Well, I'm looking it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Burn After, but I'm going to use the movie that we established. It's Frances McDormand.
MK?
E-S. Frances.
That's her name. That's exactly who it is.
She was also in Fargo.
And Zach. Yep.
Nomadland. Yeah, really the thing. I don't really know her from anything other than.
Iowa State
Yeah, try it.
or Iowa.
Iowa State. Yep.
Nice.
Good job, Glimmer. She was in the Good Dinosaur.
No way.
That's unbelievable.
I wonder if she went to Iowa State.
I wonder. I guess we'll find out. Let me see. Who was she? She was Mama Ida in the Good Dinosaur. That's weird. Okay, where did she go to college? Frances McDormand. If she went to Iowa State, I'm gonna throw my laptop. Iowa State. I'm just kidding. She went to Yale.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Bethany College and then Yale. For her bachelor's at Bethany and then her master's at Yale.
All
Shout
right.
out. Good for her. We appreciate everybody getting in here, joining us here on this Tuesday morning. Do not forget, we will be live tomorrow on Christmas Eve. We'll wear another Christmas sweater tomorrow.
I don't have any.
I'll bring you one. Got more
Don't.
than one.
I'm not
It's just
very.
a little sweatshirt.
I'm not a little festive little boy.
You should be. Should be festive. We'll be back tomorrow morning live from 8 to 10, and then next week we will be live all week. We'll also be live this Saturday at Golf Suites for the game. And do not forget, next Thursday, starting at 8 a.m., we will be live until Friday at 10 p.m. 10 a.m.
I'll
Not
be
10
live
p.m.
until
You'll
3
be live
p.m.
forever.
Yep.
8 a.m. to 10 a.m. the next day will be live. So give us ideas. I'm going to go through the chat and look at what Hunter Hall put in because I do believe there probably are some really good ideas in there. So appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow morning, 8 to 10 a.m.